Hey my beautiful souls, welcome back to Finding with Jessie, the life coach, a channel all about coaching, lifestyle, wellness, empowerment, motivation, inspiration, and of course organizing. And today we are going to be discussing and focusing on making room for our blessings. When we are discussing making room for our blessings, we are talking about getting into what we own, spaces that we have, items that we keep, clothes that we have, going through it and releasing to make space and room for the new to come in. It's a new year, so happy 2022 to you all, and I'm going to show you how I did this for myself and what areas can be helpful to concentrate on to welcome some brand new energy. So first and foremost, if you haven't guessed, I started out in my closet. In the first month of a new year, I always like to start in my closet to see what I can get rid of, what I can let go, and how I can make new energetic space. So in my closet, I have sections. So if you have this, I would definitely suggest going section by section because it can be an exhausting process, especially if you have lots of clothes. So it's going to be a lot of back and forth, but I promise it will be worth it. One of the items that was really impactful for me in making space was the storage items that I have hidden. So if you have storage items of the such, I would definitely suggest taking stock of it. So this is an underbed storage item by Better Homes and Gardens, and I have a few of these and I keep these in my closet. Now if you're pressed for space and you have a small home, this is a great storage item because it has wheels under the item, so it's easy to maneuver, and on top it has this nice plastic that protects from dust, spilling, fur if you have any pets. So it's great for putting away items that we don't use on the daily, so specialty items or clothing that's out of season. So this is great for this type of storage. So in here I actually have some of my slacks. So a lot of my slacks are in great condition. They're from great brands, but since I don't use them often enough, since I don't go into an office any longer, a lot of them did not fit. So this whole unit was full of slacks in great condition, but none of them fit. So this is why it's so important to go through your things, especially the things that are stored away that we don't use often. I had slacks in here that still had tickets and tags, and because of COVID I never got to use, but it was great because now I have a whole new storage space. So I actually had some dresses that I actually took from my mom after she passed, and I had nowhere to store it because I took a lot of her things, but they were a lot of like elegant dresses that I could wear to like a baby shower, I could wear to some nice elegant event, but I did not have the space in my closet. So by just going through this bin, I actually made space. I actually also came out in a wedding, and I also was able to store the wedding dress in here. So it really did come in handy. I actually have to get some of these dresses tailored because my mom was a little bigger than me in size, so that's what I'm going to do. But instead of having the dresses out collecting dust or on a rack taking up space, now I'm able to put it in the bin. It's able to be protected by the plastic, and so I don't have to worry about dust or fur or dirt getting on any of them while I wait to transition them to get nice and tailored. And so I actually have the space in my closet that's actually drawers. I have them on both sides of my closet, but all the way on the bottom there is a space. Now my closet was custom made, so this space nothing fits, but what did fit was this organizer. So it's super important, like I tell everyone, measure, and I love that this organizer has the plastic on the top so I can see everything that's in it, and all I gotta do is pull it out. So when it comes to the items that I'm taking out of my closet, I actually love to donate and support others. So I actually have this bag from the Veterans Association, and I'm actually going to donate all those slacks. In addition to the slacks I took out of that bin, I also went through my closet and found old dresses that were in excellent condition, but they just didn't fit me anymore. And what we deem as something that's no longer in use for us can be super helpful for those in need, especially now. It's been a difficult time with COVID. A lot of people lost their jobs. A lot of people have been struggling to make ends meet. So if you can bless another, why not? And usually that's how you get your blessings. I tell people this all the time. When you gift to others and you're supportive and you're of service and you're not holding on and hoarding on to things, you start releasing the energy attached to items and not being so materialistic. That's when we usually get blessed. And so I continued to do that. I had some skirts I was giving away, and I actually had items nice and fresh in my closet that had tickets. I had bathing suit bottoms, I had dresses that I actually purchased, didn't care for too much, and it didn't fit me anyway, and so I donated that. So when I'm also making space, I'm also blessing and helping another space that we tend to overlook and takes up a lot of space is our coats. So for me, I went into my coat closet. I do this a couple of times a year, but I do own a lot of coats. I have coats for traveling, I have coats for like hanging out, coats for walking the dog, I have like wool coats to hang out and wear my jeans, and then I have more of my dressy coats. I have leather coats, I have leather jackets, and then behind my winter coats I have more. So I do have a lot. And then on the top of my closet I keep a lot of my winter accessories. So if you are struggling on how to store your winter accessories, boxes like these are a great use. I actually picked this up from the Container Store, and they have a nice window in the front so you can see the contents inside each storage box. And so I have one box that's full of my gloves, and so I'm going to go through this just to make sure that there's nothing in here that I want to spare. I usually go through this periodically, so I just went through this, so I don't think I'll find much gloves. But you know, it's always good to just check. You know, sometimes we lose gloves and then we hold on to the other one. I don't know why we do that. I used to see that a lot when I used to help other people organize. So you want to make sure that you have everything together. And then in my other box I keep a lot of my earmuffs. I keep some of my headbands, you know, to cover my ears, and then I keep some of my dressy hats, and then I have more boxes with different types of assortments of hats. So I'm a hat girl. So one rule of thumb that I have that keeps me in alignment is if I don't have the matching scarf, I don't have all the matching pieces, I usually donate the rest, and that helps keep me clutter free and not keeping and holding on to things that I no longer need. And so once I went through that whole process, I found a lot of bubble vests and winter vests that I can spare. I actually did this process back in Thanksgiving time, so I actually did donate some coats. But I also have winter vests that I am not using that could be spared. So why not get rid of it? If I'm not using it, I always say get rid of it. Once again, we free up space, we make room for the new, and we also are able to bless another. What we are not using can often be a blessing to others, so why not? It's a win-win situation. Another area that many can benefit, including myself, from freeing up space is within electronics. So I actually focused on my computer, and I actually went through a lot of my email. I get a lot of junk email, and I support like a lot of different causes. I'm a big animal advocate, so anytime I can and anytime I am capable of doing it, I donate to a lot of animal causes. But because of that, I get a lot of junk mail, and every time I go shopping, you know, they ask for like your email for pointer for this or for that, and I usually used to give it out. So pointer, if that is you, you are a shopper and they constantly ask you for your email, you know, maybe stop giving it out, because then it clutters up a lot of our storage space. And so that was happening to me. So I took some time to go through my email and just declutter it out so I can just get back some new space. I also did the same for my phone, and this is something you could do during late at night when you're lying in your bed, but majority of our phones take up a lot of space with photos and apps, and for me specifically it was photos. So one thing I decided to do, it might be beneficial for you, is investing in mixed towels. And I made like a little collage for my mom, and I have different ones around my house, so it's great to actually take the photos, get them printed, and not only that, but you make space for new memories. Something I like to do also in the beginning of the year is replenish all of my stationery, gift bags, and then shred a lot of my old mail. So usually in the first month of the year, I like to be super productive, but to be honest, I was super tired and burned out. So I decided to surrender and just focus on the basics of just getting some nice yummy food into my system, relaxing, having some spa nights, making sure I was just taking care of myself, making sure I was resting, making sure I was accepting. And when I say accepting, I mean accepting all of it. We need to make sure that we are accepting ourselves, accepting when we need a rest, accepting when we need a break, accepting our flaws, accepting that we need to just surrender at times. And that's the best way to bring in new blessed energy. Learning how to release and let go of what no longer serves us is the biggest quality and should be your biggest goal of 2022. Sending love and light to my beautiful souls, and I will see you in my next one. Bye.